Paddy's review of what happened over the weekend. Uh, the biggest talking point over the weekend was it was the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial career as Manchester United boss. When he took the job in 2019, he thought that he might get United doing things. And everybody saying last season that they improved, they came second in the league, they're best of the rest, they had a brilliant away record, they were improving, they were playing good football in the counter attack. And this season they started well the first three games, they got 7 points out of the first three. Then they signed Ronaldo and they thought, oh yeah, this is going to be a good season, United. But since then it's just went downhill, it's just collapsed altogether. Remember when Man United played Newcastle and I know Man United won the match 4-1, but they were very open in that match when they lost the ball. And when I was watching that match, I couldn't think so. If they play like that in this against better opposition, they will get annihilated. And since then, it's been a carnage of events. You look at when they played West Ham, they were lucky to win that match only for the hair. And like other similar matches, they went into the Leicester match at the international break. The team selection for that match was a bit strange. Uh, and they were beaten 4-2. Like, you don't mind if you lose 4-2 against the likes of Liverpool, but you concede 4 goals or less, and that match it could have been 6 or 7 only for the hair. Uh, you know, they went to the Liverpool match with a bit of hope and optimism after their Champions League win against Atlanta. It was a comeback win, 3-2. Ronaldo scored in the match. You think, oh yeah, it's going to turn. But in that match, they were so open. They created so many chances. And against Liverpool, they got absolutely annihilated. You look at one of the goals, and what summed up United's performance on this day was when Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw bumped into each other for one of the goals. That just said it all, how Man United played that day. And that was probably one of the darkest days as manager for Man United for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And to be honest, they should have got rid of him then. They were at a low then. Why did they let it rumble on for another uh, few weeks? Just didn't make sense. The question of that, I don't know. The next week they beat Spurs and everybody thought, oh yeah, they're great, they're back. But you had to remember when they played Spurs, they were awful. Didn't have a shot on target. And, my United fans were putting their tinted glasses on thinking, oh yeah, we're great again. Doesn't work like that. And then when they played against City, it showed again. They were chasing shadows, because some of their players in the midfield have no effort or work or your track back. Look at Bruno Fernandes. You look at another goal, for instance, second goal that Man City scored. They like how hesitated Luke Shaw was to clear the ball, and De Gea getting beaten in his near post. That was just a calamity of events. So many mistakes, and then like going to the international break, they are there was still a bit of unrest around the club because after that big defeat against, I know they only got beaten 2 by City, but the way they played, it could have been 5, 6, 7, and you're kind of thinking then that was the time to get rid of Solskjaer because you had 2 weeks. You could have got somebody in. Look at other teams that did it. Villa, Norwich, Spurs. Like, they had time to get the manager while there was a break, and then they went to Watford, and it was the same old Man United. You just didn't know what was going to turn up. Like, was it a team that was going to win 6-0 or uh, get beaten 3-0? I remember Gary Neville saying last year that Man United are the odd bunch, and he was absolutely true what he said. And a calamity of errors. You look at the penalty that Watford got. It was a shocking pass with Bruno Fernandes. Terrible. I don't know what he was doing. And then Maguire lunging in on the Watford player. That was poor as well. Other goals where they were not heading the ball, not tracking back. Like, I know a lot of people blame the manager, and I know people say he's Elba's death and he's not good enough for Man United. But you have to question the players' work rate and attitude this season. It hasn't been good enough. If you're a professional footballer playing for Man United, you're expected to work hard. You're expected to track back. You look at all the other big teams, look at Liverpool, Man City. You look at those players, the likes of Mo Salah, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. When they don't have the ball, they track back. They play for the team. And Man United don't do that. It's like when they don't have the ball, they switch off. And if you switch off in the Premier League and you stop playing, you get absolutely punished. Like if you look at this week, they're playing Chelsea away on Sunday. If they play the way they played against Watford, they're going to get absolutely annihilated. I don't know what's next for Man United. It's an absolute mess, both on and off the pitch. And then yesterday when he got sacked, the whole farewell video, that was so amateurish and so petty. It was stupid. Like, they didn't need to do that. You should just, when you get sacked, you're gone. Like, what's the point of doing a video? Oh, I made so many friends. It's been great. Like, you're getting sacked. Like, you shouldn't be saying that while they're getting sacked. Like, I read in the statement that they're going on. Oh, we need an ex-player as a manager. Why do you need an ex-player as a manager? They gave Solskjaer the manager because he was an ex-player, and look how that ended up. Like they're giving Michael Carrick an intern job now. Like, I know it's only a short-term gap, but he's no managerial experience, so that's questionable as well. They've so many problems United now, both on and off the pitch, and I don't know what's going to happen next. It will be interesting to find out because everybody loves to know what's going to happen at Manchester United, but it's not great at the moment, both on and off the pitch, and I don't know who they're going to get as manager. Because you look at the big managers, they're all got big clubs, and they're saying that, oh, we have one person in line, and it looks like it's Pochettino, and you're relying on him doing poorly at PSG on purpose just so he comes available. I don't know. Like, that doesn't make sense. And you also have to take into consideration when they got absolutely annihilated by Liverpool, the confidence was rock bottom. They were shattered. And it takes a lot to come back from that as well. That has to be taken into consideration. But you would expect more when you look at the players that they have in their squad. And, like, you think they should be doing a lot better than 8th place in the league. And, they do well to get top four now. They're so far behind, and you don't see them win another match. They play Chelsea next. You don't see them beating Chelsea. You're playing Arsenal at home. Like, that's another losable game because Arsenal are decent. They play Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace have already went to City this year and won. So it's not like saying, oh, just because you have a different manager now, results are gonna come. The performances have been way off for a while, and they've been getting away with it because some of the teams they played against were poor, and also David De Gea was making 6 or 7 saves a game. It's like they had no structure, they had no plan, they had no tactics. They were just torn up and expecting, oh yeah, we're Man United, we'll get away with this. And something needs to change. Whoever is the next manager, they need to have a plan, they need to have a structure, they need to have tactics, and you need to have what every other team in the Premier League has. They have all that. You look at the likes of Aston Villa getting Steven Gerrard, they got him because they have a plan in place. They know what they want. Manchester United don't know what they want, and that's the problem. And it'd be interesting to see, but they're a million miles away from the likes of Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, and something needs to be done because at the moment they just think they're great because they're making so much money and they're doing well in the stock exchange and all this. They're a football club, they're not a business, and it'd be interesting to see who gets the manager. They're saying now intern the end of the season. Like, who's gonna do that? Don't see why they can't just hire a manager now. Like, Zidane is available. Why don't you just get Zidane? You do well at United. They missed the boat, Pochettino. They missed the boat on Conte, and you can't be waiting until they get sacked from other clubs. To be honest.